Okay, so this is the body mass index program that we've seen many times already, and we recall that we can enter a height in inches, a weight in pounds, and get the BMI for that person. What would happen though if we did not enter a numeric value, for example? You have to anticipate that your user is going to do anything imaginable, even if it's accidental. They could just slip and hit the wrong key on the keyboard. And so I'm going to try to calculate that with a non-numeric value. And this is not good news. Looks like an exception is going to be thrown. Don't know why it's taking so long here. Okay, so here it is. This is a format exception. Input string was not in a correct format. Now again, a layperson is not going to know what any of this means. So we should catch this exception and handle it gracefully and in a user-friendly way. Let me end this here. Okay, so here's the problem basically. I'm going to change this back. I didn't realize I had a different style of syntax there. I don't want to cloud the issue. Okay, so it's really when I was trying to parse the text box, txt height, I had a non-numeric value in there. And, you know, just a reminder of what parsing means. When you parse a value, you're picking through it character by character, converting that to numeric data. In this case, parsing it to a decimal, because we're doing decimal.parse. So it came across the letter A and said, hey, wait a minute, I can't parse this. I can't convert it to a numeric value. So it threw an exception. So you have to anticipate that you're going to, you know, anytime there's user input, you should probably have that in a try block and catch an exception, the format exception. So I already have that typed out. I'm going to paste that in. So wrap that in a try block, and we're going to catch the format exception. So this is not super specific, but it is telling the user that the input is invalid and to check the height and the weight. Okay, so that's what's going to happen, the message box. I want to do something else here. Let me run this again. And I want to throw another exception. This is another possibility. We are doing math in this program. We have a division in this program, a division operation. Look at the formula here. It's the weight divided by the height squared. So what would happen if I put a 0 in for the height? Okay, so the height squared, 0 times 0 is a big fat 0. We cannot divide by 0, so this is another type of exception that could possibly be thrown. Again, you get, like, there was nothing wrong. That it didn't throw a format exception because 0 is a perfectly good number. It's parsable, and it was parsed. But then we ran into this roadblock, though, with the division by 0. So let's also catch this exception. And so now you're going to see a technique of stacking exceptions. And it's not just like one try block has one catch block necessarily. You can have a try block and have multiple catches stacked below it. Okay, so I'm just going to stack these. So now I'm anticipating two potential problems and I'm catching them both. And, you know, this is, sure, you could just kind of do a catch-all at the bottom. In fact, I normally do that. Let me just put it in there while I'm talking about it. This is like kind of a catch-all. I'm not even catching anything specific, but, you know, and this is nice. It's kind of like the last safety net at the very bottom, like, okay, you're thinking whatever unimaginable exception that can be thrown, it'll be caught here at least. It's not going to be a specific message because I can't imagine what it might be, but it will be caught at the end there. So you can end that with just put a catch-all at the bottom. But anyway, so I've got these stacked up, and the point is I'm doing specific messages for the problem. Like this was invalid input. Check the height and weight. Invalid input. Please make sure height and weight are non-zero values so we don't get that division by 0. So this will all work out, and I think in the next, I'm going to do one more short video and show you how to do a custom exception. It's like your own homemade type of exception, so we'll do that in a separate video.